Do, 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 do. Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Today is the 4th of June, 2025. All right. Good morning, Lorna. Good morning there, Steve. Awesome to see you guys as always. Good morning there, Debbie. All right, guys. Futures action. So here's the NQ from yesterday. Let me get my recording going. All right. So here's the NQ from yesterday morning. Her had the prior push, the dip, and then the hourly squeeze. White arrow, all the trend, the structure. Made for a really nice push there. Then the pullback, the chop, and now into the cash open, brand new 1 hour squeeze with a white arrow. So I would like to think a little potential for round two. You dip, you squeeze, you pop. You dip, you squeeze, you pop. Looking under the 1 hour squeeze, no 30-minute buy trigger, no 15-minute, no 5-minute. We had a little flush here on the eco data. But yeah, I think in terms of things to anchor to the open, definitely keep an eye on the NQ hourly. All right, they take it, they break it long, they pump it. Most things should have a pretty good day. Palantir, Nvidia's, the Metas, the Microsofts. They take her, they dump her, they fire it short. Everything might come in a little bit. But that is, at the moment, a good-looking squeeze. And then the YM. All right, YM, same thing, and the same thing here for the S&Ps. You pull back, you squeeze, you get the white arrow. You pump, you dip, you squeeze, white arrow. So yeah, that is the million-dollar question for Wednesday, June 4th. Can they go for round two? But all right, guys, let's go take a look here at the spreadsheet. Hey, what's up there, Mirza? All right, couple of things here. So, till things change, we find ourselves in a bullish market. Indexes have a collective 76% of their best score. You've got the QQQ leading the charge with 93%. And then you got the S&Ps, the RSP, Dow Jones, and the IWM. Even the Russell's getting a little better. The Big 10 basket, Broadcom, Netflix, all these guys, they are collectively at 63% of their best score. And then the sectors, utilities, perfect, XLPs, you got silver, industrials, XLK, financials, communications, gold, Big 10, the ARC, the semiconductors. They all look pretty good. And then healthcare is still weak, but not as bad. Energy, not great, not as bad. Transports are neutral. And yeah, for the most part, no huge issues, no big red flags. Sectors are at 65% of their best score. And a lot of that short-term strength has been in these guys. You got Broadcom on a tear. I think earnings are tomorrow night. We got the Netflix, the Microsoft, Nvidia, Meta, TSM. They've all got good scores. Amazon, little neutral. Tesla's neutral. The Google and the Apple have a little cleaning up to do. But yeah, it's, for the most part, a pretty good-looking sheet. And in terms of things I'm liking, Palantir, DoorDash, Walmart, Netflix, Spotify, XLP, Microsoft, QQQ, Meta, and the Spiders. So checking a few of those guys out. All right, NQ flat, S&P's flat, the YM flat. The RUT is flat. Call that a flat open. But all right, couple of setups for you. So one that we took profit on yesterday. And I'm looking for another one here for the Qs. We jumped in off the hourly back on Monday. Squeeze sets up the white arrow. We did the 525, 530 called debit spreads, and then cashed out on that yesterday for about 40, 50% profit. Then we turned around and bought some Microsoft. I think it'll be more of a QQQ thing. Meaning QQQ breaks apart and falls down. I don't think Microsoft can get the job done. If the QQQ can pump maybe even just a little bit more, Microsoft's about $5 off the previous all-time high, 468, 470. And then you have a 4-hour, 2-hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute squeeze down here. So we jumped in and did the 470 called butterfly for Friday. Try to see if they can't take that 30-minute squeeze. If anything, take it for a smooch of those previous highs. The thing with an out the money butterfly for a few days out, the kind of thing I think you size it small. But the beauty of it is it offers a really asymmetric risk reward. So we cashed out on the Qs. We bought some Microsoft. Also picked up some Palantir yesterday. We grabbed a 135, 140 call debit spread for the June expiration. Palantir, one of your strongest names as of late. And we caught her on the 30-minute. The pump in, the pullback, the chop, the squeeze, the white arrow, and the entry. Looking for at least a pop in the 140. But here's the thing about Palantir. They could pull it back to about 125. Still going to be a really good-looking chart. We got that bad boy. We have the Microsoft call flies, and we got the Spotify. Looking like maybe a little pop here for a spot at the open. But right now you have the 4-hour, daily, 3-day, and the weekly squeeze. All of which are rocking the white arrow. And we're trying to catch a move towards that $700 call wall. You know, we would take 690, we would take 695. But the call wall up there at 700 should make for a good target. Again, the flavor of the moment has been a little bit more the Broadcom, the Nvidias, etc. But I think spot is sitting pretty, and they either break it out, push towards a target, or they dump it and break below the 21 EMA. The two possible outcomes. But that's what we got for open trades there: Spotify, Palantir, and the Microsoft. And then a couple other things that I would like. So for Netflix here, another name showing good signs of relative strength. Netflix has a 4-hour, 15-minute, and a 5-minute squeeze. The only thing keeping me from buying it for a decent sized trade, when we look at the 4-hour squeeze here, from a big three lens, you've got really good trend. Right, path of least resistance, the wind at your back. You've got good structure. The foundation, the backbone's all bullish. You don't have that momentum, so it's good trend, good structure without any gas in the tank. And they pop it, they'll pull it back a little bit, they'll pop it, pull it back a bit, they'll pop it. If we take an example like take the daily squeeze for crowd. They've got compression, trend, structure, and momentum. That's when they tend to want to go and kick off that bigger than expected move. When you're lacking momentum, look at something like the Bitcoin weekly squeeze, the previous Bitcoin weekly squeeze. The squeeze begins to print on the 24th of June. All right, and you're chopping, they're chopping. Really dragged out squeeze. All throughout that squeeze, you have good trend and good structure. 21 EMA above the 50, the 21's trending higher, the 50's trending higher. The only thing you're really lacking back there is momentum. MACD bar below zero, below zero, below zero. Then they take it and get that positive cross. Then they kick off and trigger the big move. So in terms of trying to call for the timing of a big push, I would like to buy the Microsoft squeeze, or the Netflix squeeze here rather. But I can only buy it on a white arrow, and I won't get a white arrow until I get momentum. So a little patience on that bad boy, and then Broadcom into earnings. Yeah, this thing's a beast. I'm not going to do anything with it before the announcement, but in terms of a buy the dip watch list, that one is ranked pretty highly. All right, a couple more for you here. Let's go jump over to Costco. Maybe one you want to buy on a dip from here, but the daily squeeze sets up nicely and the hourly squeeze sets up nicely. I like the idea of an $1,100 call butterfly. Break it out, squeeze fires. Um, you've got the extension right around that 1085. So something like maybe a 1075, 1100. Anything with a center strike at 1100. Costco sitting pretty, and then the Walmart. I love the daily squeeze, and I love the pattern into the daily squeeze. Right, they pump, they pump, they pump. You pull back, you pop. Daily squeeze begins. All the all the bells and whistles. The only thing I don't love is buying it right at $100 per share. Big round number, big psychological level. The spot gamma call wall. I would like it a little bit more for a trade. If I could buy it maybe closer to $98 and change. That's one option. I think the other option would be, and not usually going to be my preference, but the other option could be you let it break out, let it push, let it run away from $100, and then maybe it's a case of they break through, they pull back, they hold it above 100. Then you jump in using that level as new support. My preference, you buy it closer to your 21 EMA. But yeah, Walmart looking good, Costco looking good, got Palantir, the Spotify, the Microsoft of the world. And then maybe a couple more for you. Meta, QQQ, XLP, DoorDash. Thinking DoorDash might be getting away from me here. But if we go to the weekly, again, not my favorite place to buy it. And the reason being, if I can buy it back here near, say, 195, little closer to my 21 EMA buy zone. Um, imagine I'm in calls back here at 195. They've taken it, they've pumped it back to the previous highs. They haven't broken it out yet. They haven't fired the squeeze yet. They haven't really gotten the party hasn't really even started. But with the entry down here near that buy zone, I'm already sitting on a nice profit. My calls have gained value. If I'm doing a put credit spread, I got premium coming in. Buy it back here. I'm already at a profit up here. Then they go break it out. Now I'm really sitting in a nice spot. More importantly, if I can buy it back here, they might push towards the highs. Can't quite get through. Maybe one more dip. Then they go for it on round two. If I'm long from back here, it's a little bit more comfortable to sit through that dip. If I'm the guy buying it at the breakout point, if they don't break it out immediately, the pullback can be a little bit more uncomfortable. So food for thought. But yeah, DoorDash is pretty solid here. It's got a really nice 3-day squeeze, got a nice 4-hour squeeze setting up. All kinds of squeezy goodness. And then last one for you folks will be XLP. And if they can get the XLP going, that'll benefit names like a Walmart, like a Costco, both of which we're watching. But for the XLP, all right, now that one I like for an entry a lot more. I could buy it at 83. And then by the time things push towards the $85 breakout point, I've already got about a $2 profit. My calls have gained value. My put credit spreads are getting premium. Then they break it out. Now I got a really nice trade. So from a risk reward perspective, that's a nice one. Weekly squeeze, white arrow. 3-day squeeze. No white arrow just yet. They're working on it. And then a 2-day squeeze with a white arrow. I think you could buy the XLP. You could buy a Walmart. You could buy Costco. I wouldn't want to go buy a name like a Target. It doesn't look better than Walmart. It doesn't look better than Costco. It doesn't look better than the XLP. Will not be a buyer of that puppy. But all right, y'all, that is what I got for you. Main thing here at the open, NQES and the YM, 1 hour squeeze is setting up. And I think that'll kick off your next decent directional move. Take it, break it out, fire long. Should be a continuation of the push. They take it, they dump it, they fire it short. Everything may be coming on in. So anchor to that, and then I'm liking the Spotify's, the Palantirs, Microsoft's, all the above. But yeah, if y'all got anything for me, any questions, any chart requests, I've got you covered here for a few more minutes. Okay, Ken, can you guys hear the Bob Marley? If you like it, I'll turn it up. Yeah, so maybe about 2 years ago, I started trading to Bob Marley. And I never stopped. So I got Bob Marley going from about 7 o'clock in the morning until 4 or 5 o'clock at night. But good morning, Ken. Good morning, Miles. So Miles, we took an exit on FAST back on what would have been Monday. And I'll tell you why. It still looks pretty solid. We cut bait on the break below the 21 EMA. The major thing I didn't love about it, the squeeze officially fired. Went from a blue dot to a green dot. It didn't result in a move like crowd. Right, the squeeze is your compression. Price action is tightened. The volume is tightened. Implied volatility, everything's tightened up. Compression followed by expansion. Chopping back and forth within the expected move, and out making a bigger than expected move. So when you get the first green dot and the squeeze technically is fired, that's what it should look like. We're breaking out. We're not looking back. No, excuse me. No drama. No drawdown. No issues. No problems. Taking you to the promised land. When they do what FAST did, it doesn't make it a bad chart. Doesn't invalidate the idea of it being bullish. It does kind of cancel out the moment in time I was looking for. Daily chart building up the energy for a directional move into 43 and change. So that combined with the break at one point below the 21 EMA, we jumped out of that one and cut bait. And being fair, you look at a weekly squeeze. If I had a trade with plenty of time till expiration, I think you hold on to that weekly squeeze. Good way to look at it. My QQQ hourly trade. It's a matter of what am I looking for from the setup at hand. When we jump in and buy an hourly squeeze, not the kind of thing we'd be holding 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks down the road. Frankly, maybe not even 2, 3, 4, 5 days down the road. Right here, right now, 1 hour time frame. We want to buy it and give it a few hourly candles. We're trying to catch that immediate push. So say I'm buying the QQQ back here based on that idea. Then they pull it back, they break the 1 hour, they break the 50. I've got no idea what happens next, but it ain't doing the job I hired it to do, which was take your squeeze and then no BS, no funny business, just squeeze, build up, and off you go. So as it relates to FAST here, the job we hired it to do was take your daily squeeze, break out, push into 43. Not pull back, dip below the 21, cancel the squeeze. Doesn't mean it's bearish, doesn't mean it's not a great setup. Just not doing what I'm looking for. So we cut that one, and then we're keeping the spot for now. Trying to see spot run. All right, and then Danny, ADT. Beautiful. I like it. I like it. Nice weekly squeeze setting up. White arrow on the 3-day squeeze. White arrow on the daily squeeze. 30-minute looking good, and a white arrow on the 5. Yeah, nothing bad I can say about it. My daily squeeze target would be about $9, which is the third ATR Keltner channel extension. That green guy up here. No, very clean. Nice call out. And here's a kicker. You can take that daily squeeze, and if I look above it, my weekly chart's got a buy trigger. Weekly big 3 buy signal. If I go look inside the squeeze, 4-hour buy signal, 2-hour, 1-hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, and the 5-minute. When we bought Crowd a week ago, right, very, very similar dynamic. Anchor to the daily squeeze. That's the foundation of the idea. Look above it, and I got a weekly buy. Look inside of it, and I got a 2-hour, a 1-hour, 30, 15, and the 5. So here's my ticking time bomb, and here's my match to go and light the fuse. If that makes sense. Yeah, I like it. Very nice, very nice. And then Miles has Lemonade. My arch nemesis Lemonade. Oh boy, I'm getting PTSD here. It might be a me thing. And it's probably a me thing. But every time I bought on it, which has only been twice, the 2 times I've bought on it, it's been perfect squeeze, perfect entry, all the alignment, all the pretty colors, everything a guy could ask for. And then I get long, and it just goes kerplump. But that might be a me thing. I would have to like the daily squeeze. Trend structure, momentum, white arrow, all the bell and whistles. And then let's go look at the weekly. While the indexes are flat. Weekly chart, not a great squeeze, not a bad one. We want 15 points. Right now, we're only getting 9. And the 15 comes from the trend structure momentum checklist. Trend is neutral, structure is bullish, momentum is bearish. So trend says let's go nowhere. Structure says all right, let's go higher, and momentum says okay, let's go lower. Can be tough to call for timing and direction, but I do like the daily squeeze. No, Bob Marley can help. He got the market gapping down against you. He gets some 3 little birds playing. Doesn't sting as much. Hey, Janet, good morning. So the buy signals come from the colored candles. Blue is just neutral, no buy, no sell. Green's a buy signal, and red would be a sell signal. And then these These labels up here are for the buys and the sells. So right made on the daily, the 4-hour, 2-hour, and the hourly time frame. They've got a green label. They've all got an active buy signal. Red label will be a sell signal. Blue is neutral. But those are all part of the big three squeeze package. I'm not sure when it's going to be available. I actually finished it up here this morning. I did a whole recording on the original TTM squeeze, and kind of the foundation I started with, going on 8, maybe 9 years ago. TTM squeeze, the stacked EMAs. So pretty good video lesson on those kinds of basic, basic squeeze principles. And then leading up into, the big three criteria: trend, structure, the scoring system, A+ setups. Again, not too sure when that'll be available. It's a free course, but when that is, I'll put it here in the alerts for all you fine folks. Point being, that'll offer a good walkthrough of my indicator setups. All right, guys, checking the shot clock here, 9:12 a.m. Yeah, SS, good question. Big three compared to JC's Monster Momo. I can't speak for the Monster Momo. Haven't spent too much time diving into it. That'll be my my weekend project here coming up. And again, I'm not too sure, so please don't quote me. Where there might be a few similarities is if any part of that Monster Momo is a little bit MACD based. My momentum ingredient is MACD based. These squeeze bars are based on a modified MACD. So light blue bar above zeros, bullish MACD. Dark blue is still bullish, a little bit on the give back, and then down here's the opposite. Again, I'm gonna go through it this weekend. Looking forward to getting my hands on it. But when I do, I'll report back, and then yeah, I'm interested to see if there's any good parallel between. All right, I've got my go-to squeeze on the S&P future hourly chart. It may be finding a way where, all right, I can take that moment in time that I like, and then maybe go check out, okay, what is what's JC's Monster Momentum showing? And I imagine, like most things, if they both line up at the same time, I know I've got my squeeze, my structure, all the 15 checklist points, and then JC's Momentum tool says, hey, here comes some oomph. Now that might make for a really nice squeeze push. Yeah, MACD of the MACD. But all right, y'all, I am going to let you go here. Folks, in my room, I will be on the mic in about 5 minutos. Take you through the open for a bit, see what's up here with the open trades, and then I am off to the beach for the wife's birthday. But thank you guys and gals again. Much appreciated. Hope you found it helpful. And yeah, hourly squeeze S&P futures, hourly squeeze NQ. For better or for worse, bullish or bearish, if they can fire, that should be the directional cue for today's action. Don't forget the third alternative. They might not fire. They'll pop a little bit, they'll drop, all the back and forth, and that can make for a tough day for short-term, 0 day till expiration, calls, puts, debit spreads, all of the shucking and the jiving. But thank y'all again. Go get them. Folks in my room, I'll be with you in a moment. Adios, guys. And Danny, do I include extended hours on my watch list? Only on the futures. Only on the futures. So for cash products, the indexes, equities, I keep the extended hours off. So for that, what I did was for lower time frames, I built a 4-hour, 2-hour, etc. just for the futures, and on that, I keep it on. That way when I'm creeping around at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, I can find me little action like I'm back here. So yeah, off on the equities and on for the futures. Good question. Adios, guys.